distraction!
So I was thinking about the pace I've been going at this game, and I've not been. I forgot that I need to actually put in shifts like I used to with this game. I've been putting in like 3-hour shifts on this, and I actually need to, because how am I still in the second episode? How am I still in the second chapter or whatever? These cases only get longer as the game goes on, and so I need to at least be, because obviously each chapter splits between obviously investigation then court, and I've been doing investigation for one stream, then court for another stream, investigation for another stream, court for another. That's gonna take forever. So tonight, even I'm starting technically now at almost 11 a.m. Gonna try and see if I can do as much as possible. I'm going to at least definitely do all of the investigation that we're about to start with now for day 2. And then at least some of the court case if you get to it. What else was I going to say? Yeah, no, on that, because on the whole, like, these cases get longer as they go on. I was listening to the podcast to Castle Super Beast with Wally and Pat, and Willie Versus has just finished his LP of the first Phoenix Wright game, and he mentioned that it was a 54 episode LP. And every case from the start to the end, excluding the special case at the end, took less time than the entirety of the special sixth case in that game. The sixth case in the first Phoenix Wright game is absolutely nonsense. And I remember how long that took, actually. That took a few streams. Anyway. Having a yokai. Oh, no, I need to put my. I was going to do this without headphones. But actually, no, I want my headphones on now. There we go. Right. Having a yokai testify in court is unprecedented to say in the least. I am the Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-faced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon? So I'm trying to full screen this. Yeah, strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackwell is playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go for a run. See you in a bit. Wait, what about the investigation? Back. Oh, whoa. Trucy, welcome back. Oh, you're in your stage outfit. Back from work. Sorry about that. Opening my can of Monster. What did she say? Yes, I've been working on this new magic trick. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all that craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. I know the killer must have used the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that was the Tenma Taro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right. But maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts right now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. Huh? Oh, she declutters my evidence for me. That's actually kind of cool. I think they did that in prior games, but not really. Okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo, vamonos. I don't get to see what's going on. Hold on. Right. Okay. Detective Fulbright. Mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... I wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need. The air duct is the key. We know the Tenmitaro impersonator used it to make an escape. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the fox chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key in the fox chamber through the air vent here. Then went back through the duct and fled the manor. And that's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. Okay, sorry, 1 second. You know what I forgot to take off? That. The thing at the top right. Right. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our event. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I bought a step ladder. Happy hunting. Yo, the step ladders in these games have become a meme. Or at least an in-university meme. How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Whoa, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. There's a thick layer of dust in here. Oh, he's coughing and hacking and wheezing. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes, Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So, what'd you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Right, you think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting no one's gone through that dart lately? Kinda looks that way. And if it's true, Mayor Temn is going to be fingered as the killer. But, if we don't turn things around quickly. Yo, he's back. In justice we trust. Sorry, Mr. Justice, but it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. And I'm back to my old devastated self. Oh, come on. Where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man. Bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Justice prevails once more. It's not over yet. Besides, kicking someone when they're down is just what bad guys do. Are you calling me a bad guy? Me? Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice? Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information? About the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again, understood? We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? Right, questions to ask. Wait, can I move anywhere? Is there anywhere else I can go? No, alright, 1 second. With barely any time to take a bite of my sushi. It really is nothing but talking. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, to pinning the blame. I read that word so wrong. Pinning? Okay. I mean, to pinning the blame on the yokai. He really wants a conviction at all costs. She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt that'll teach him anything. Yeah, you'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times. Dotard or is it doted? Either way. That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tenma planted that yokai stuff. Planted it in an effort to protect her father, the real killer. Yeah, right. I'd like to see him prove it. Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. It was at the base of the cliff just outside Kyubi Manor. Wait, that isn't the staff Tenma Tara was supposedly carrying, is it? The one and only. Miss Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No way! Well, what about Prince? Nope, no Prince, but if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion, but if that's the case, then where in the mansion did Tenma Tara get it from? Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out that the victim was the amazing Ninetales? He did indeed. He's a sharp one, alright. He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger in the victim's past. The amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger, and Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered the great hero. The amazing Ninetales fans are so angry they even tried to storm the detention center. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the amazing Ninetales? She was a big fan, alright, yep. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. Oh, we ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No. Did you forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh, yeah. You be careful now, you're defending the most hated mayor in history. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a figure four... What? On the wrong end of a figure four leg lock, okay. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Any new developments we should know? Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering a partial memory loss. But he did manage to remember something. He did? What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals, and other things of that nature. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. I know. Why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there. And that is it. That's all we can do here. I want to examine, but I can't. So wait. There's a thing I can do. That rethink investigation strategy, which means going back to wait, sorry, I need to check something real quick. It's okay, all good. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases. I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? Hey, Mysterious, thank you. How are you doing? Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time, it's like we're bound and gagged too. You guys are being so negative. Oh my god. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears, whatever, plugged up. Ooh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too. Mr. Wright. How goes the investigation, Apollo, Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten airier than before. Really? What happened? Ooh, let's talk to Mr. Wright himself. I was watching you two this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know, I've never had to defend a yokai before. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jixie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. Yeah, well, we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news. How are we going to get out of this one? Well, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Force the smile? Yeah, my mentor taught me that back when I was still learning the trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Currently waiting for FS7 Rebirth to download. Oh, did you get it on PC then? I'm guessing, given the timing of this. Basics. Always believe in your client, huh? Hell yeah. Have you got a PC that's beefy enough to handle it? Is your PC all up to snuff? So Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a work trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. I got a laptop. Yo, what? It's enough though. Okay, so long as it's enough. Fair enough. I mean, that shit runs on a Steam Deck, so I'm sure if your laptop's beefy enough, then it's beefy enough. Fair enough. Honestly, I wish I had a gaming laptop, not gonna lie. Honestly, I wish I had a laptop. Period. I do have one, except one, I don't know where the charger for it is, and two, the thing can't hold a charge anyway. I can't use it for more than an hour before it dies. It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all. Oh, who is she? Do we know her from any other game? I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her, and I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. It's nothing special. Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers. It's just, I thought if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard. I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer, and at the tender age of 18, no less. Wow, that's almost superhuman. Personal, like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client. Right. Mr. Wright. I'm going to go visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center. There we go, we got that. It was able to handle the previous game, so I think it'll be fine. Oh yeah, I'm sure it'll manage. You've managed to avoid spoilers, I trust. Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something. Oh my fucking god! Oh my Core. So my minions have returned. Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai. I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. I didn't see anything too crazy. Fair enough. The game's fucking fantastic. I'll tell you that. The game is absolutely phenomenal. Did you play the original FF7? Silence, peddler of the legal trade. Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste. You need to finish the original. I'm curious, how far into the original did you make it to? Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him in his freedom. Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed, you know what I mean? If you can clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask of me what you will. I suppose it's worth a shot. Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing? Indeed, the remnants of Tenma Taro, king of the underworld they be. The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand. The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie. What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinx. Oh, he's just switching back. And go defend my little Jinxie at once. Huh? Mayor Tenma, is that you? Well now, Damien appears to still reside within this body, but I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien. I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Alderman Kyubi, did you? I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I, for if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed him. Okay. Phoenix Wright is not kind to people who are reading out loud at a normal reading speed. So you're saying there must have been somebody else there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he'd been clubbed with this statue. I better ask about this too. So I would have done this already. Show Fox and Demon Statue to Mayor Tenma but I wanted to see if like this case brief actually shows you what you need to do to progress, because things like Show Fox and Demon Statue to Mayor Tenma and stuff like that would have been something you would just have to figure out for yourself in the old games. Let's see, I made it the calm about where you begin in Rebirth. Yeah, it is where you begin in Rebirth. Fair enough, I suppose. So it's weird. I haven't played the original FF7. I watched my ex do that. And so like I genuinely know how where the story goes in the original and what places you visit and stuff like that. And FF7, like if you have seen what Calm looks like in the original FF7, and then when you go to Calm, or when you go to Calm in Rebirth, it's like, oh my god, you've turned what was like maybe a 1, maybe 2 screen town in the original FF7 and made it this actual sprawling like vista. Absolutely phenomenal. Rebirth is good. Too many minigames, I think. And I think the pacing of the game and the story is ruined purely by how much there is to do in the overworld. As someone who when they play someone like me, as someone who does everything they can before moving on, especially in a game with an open world or an overworld or something like that, with the games that have a world map that have loads of like points of interest and stuff like that. As someone who likes to go to all of them and visit as many as I can, or as many as I can be bothered to before moving on with the main story, there is just a lot of it. And so the pacing gets a bit weird when you like, it'll be, oh, here's a story beat. Now, like 5-6 hours of just like running around and doing like all the points of interest and mini games and stuff like that, to then reward yourself with maybe an extra 10 minutes of story to then run around and do more. You know what I mean? It gets a bit weird, and you will find people who will be like, oh yeah, I just did the story only and I had a fantastic fucking time. Which is valid. So what I will say to you is that if you are someone if you're someone who likes to like visit all the vistas and all the points of interest before on a world map before going on to the next part of the story, I would say if you do start to get bored with the overworld stuff, just go do story. If you are enjoying it, that's fair play. But if you feel like it's starting to get a bit of a drag, but like maybe the OCD in you is like, but I must before moving on, just go do the story, because everything will still be there at the end. And there's a bunch of stuff that you can't even finish until late in the game anyway. So you may as well just wait. One thing you should be doing when you play the game though is the card game. There's a card game in a card game called Queen's Blood. It's the triple triad of the game. It is fucking fantastic. And you should be engaging in that game as much as you can. It is so good. It is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. God, Queen's Blood is so good. Sweet. All right, cool. We're back. I should show him this thing. How do I show it to him? Present. What, might I ask, is that? The statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenmo over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder. Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes. Something wrapped in just such a cloth, does he recall? A secret gift from Alderman QB, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it. Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck. Of that Damien does not know. A secret gift? Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. Which means I should show the Fox Demon statue to Jinxie. In the meantime, let's find out what you remembered. Detective Fulbright mentioned I'm out of monster. Which is unfortunate. Which means I can actually just get a non-energy drink later, which I will in a second. Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me. Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber. Well, is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too? Bah, I do not waste my powers in such parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer to Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the Forbidden Chamber. So he wanted to keep it shut tight? But no fingers shall you find upon that key. How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then? Foolish mortal, you would have me, Tenma Taro, act as some asinine alchemist. I but asked the jailer and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add. Almost an honor to serve, your malevolence. Wait, what? Wait, huh? Wait, what? The god, what? Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask how you used this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere or in or around the door. Curse that infernal door. But if I had known its manner of opening, long ago would I have made my return. He has a point there. Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. I should question him about the blackmail letter too. Let's see what he says when I show it to him. Alright. Why, this is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien. Apparently, someone slipped it into the pocket of the alderman. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenmer's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? You have questions, do you? Very well. Ask away, mortal. I will once I get myself a proper drink. I'll be right back. Thank you. I have my squash here. Water and a little bit of squash. Ooh, who placed this in the alderman's pocket? Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase. So whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket. Could it have been his doing? Mr. Mayor, Mr. Taro, did you just remember something? Indeed, I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter, Damien's aide, Florent Lebel. Full knowledge of that briefcase contents did that aide possess. Then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for. That is preposterous. He's a most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien. It seems like Mayor Tenmer is a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, this is huge. Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent Lebel. Here comes justice. Let's go find Mr. Lebel and rake him over the coals. Thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead. Okay, they're getting somewhere. There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. Lebel is the killer, what could have motivated him to open up the forbidden chamber? We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. Right. We get to move over to... I'm guessing she's going to be at the Manor Garden. That was a straight guess. Move over to the lanes. Hell yeah. Hey, isn't that... Yo, she okay? Girl, you dare imprison me. What was my voice for Jinxie anyway? I forgot. Jinxie! She's acting really strange. That loathsome, no-good nine-tailed fox, he shall know the terror that is mine and despair. Grr, you shall pay. Oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you. Jinxie, are you alright? Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Morning, Jinxie. Morning? Oh, isn't it already past noon? What am I doing here? Last I remember, I lay down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no, it must have been the Makura Gaishi. The Makura Gaishi? Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? Well, it's that yokai's fault. The Makura Gaishi preys on people while they're asleep. It sounds like you just need to be tucked in really tight. Or maybe you need a snug sleeping bag. Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me. I'd say we had a more than adequate demonstration of that just now. Excuse me. I'd better reapply them. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you. There was something I wanted to tell you too. I remembered something else. You did? Excuse me, what was it? Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered? Well, after the trial I remembered lots of stuff, but there was one thing I thought was really weird. I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. What was it? It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door. Wait, what? Are you sure? My memory is crystal clear now. So you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it? Wait, the blood too? Or just the tracks? The feathers and tracks, okay. This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Why? Because Jinxie is already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, It would totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebutting that. Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the forbidden chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole. Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear. A secret mechanism? Really? Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox chamber. But only Alderman QB knew what it was and how it worked. The Alderman of Nine Tails sure loved his secrets. Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism. Whoa, slow down. There's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the forbidden chamber? Uh-huh. Even the Manor's master key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened. Guess that means nobody entered the forbidden chamber after the murder. After all, we know the Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the forbidden chamber were not in vain. Right, only one of its kind. Okay. We need to show you the statue. Alderman QB made that statue. It is a token of goodwill. And I think it was meant to be for the Nine Tails Vale and Tenma Town. A token of goodwill? But the two yokai are fighting. Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cut portion of is missing. This statue. Uh-oh. Originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it? Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head. Now, that would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the Alderman and I. Now it's just me, but the symbol of goodwill will be forever etched in my mind. Okay. So, is there anything else we should know about Jinxie? No, that's about it. Ooh, she lying. My bracelet is reacting. Oh. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be... Oh, let me use my fucking power, man. A ghost! Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here? I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her. Question me? Sorry, not interested. Are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair? That's right. Specifically, we want to ask... but I can't tell you that now. But I can't tell you that now, can I? Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right? No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust. The twisted samurai sure has him on a short leash. So, you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll? It's crazy. Now come along, Miss Tenma. To the station with you. He took her away. Missed my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out. I just hope they'll let us in now. What is this? Why do you have blue... Huh? Why do you have blue hair now? Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent. I'm so glad these carnations imported from... these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman. Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about what you know what. Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter. Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me? Oh, there's something we wanted to ask. Huh? Where's that ringing coming from? You'll have to excuse me. Their phones? Is this where the name comes from? LaBelle? Wait, their phones? That's absolutely vile. Their fucking phones. Hello, LaBelle here. What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones? Yes, about that, you must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare. Where do you buy clothes like that? How is he balancing those? So they're stuck on his like fucking shoulder things? Which is why the outfit is like shaped like that? Surprise, this is my own special design. It's the ultimate in functional beauty. Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? It looks a bit unwieldy to me. You simply don't have an eye for beauty. They're a part of his fit. Yeah, on God, they're a part of his fit, bro. If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind. So, what do you want with me? Good question. What do I want with him? Find out what Jinx is lying about. She'll blah 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 blah. Hey, you. What is that? It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman Cuby. It was sent to Mayor Tenma. And? Your point being? Someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered. Oh, you don't say. You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew you're the only one who knew that the blackmail letter was in his briefcase. So naturally, you'd... Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes, or my eyes fall from their sockets. Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect? That would make you raise such an what would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place? Well, my only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage. You can't destroy evidence like that. What do you mean I can't? I'm snoozing this ad. One sec. Oh, I said I'm snoozing it. Wait, is the ad starting anyway? But I snoozed it 4 seconds before it said it was going to happen. Alright, it's starting. Okay. Wait! Yeah, fuck my snooze, I guess. BRB, there were no ads. I did snooze it in time. It just didn't update. Okay, whatever. You just want a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying ever... What? You just want a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy. So I've just lost it. Both Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Tenma Taro. But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, why didn't you see... Very well, I admit it. That's right, I, Florent LaBelle, saw the demon Tenma Taro. So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him? I'm simply trying to protect dear little Jinxie. Protect Jinxie? What do you mean? Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers. Which one are we talking about? The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by Tenma Taro. That one's new to me. Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Tenma Taro sighting, little Jinxie should be your prime suspect. Tell us more about that rumor. So, what was that rumor about Jinxie? They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It hits suddenly, then she starts wandering around doing strange things. Is that so? Although, come to think of it... That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier. Once she even put on a Taro costume and wandered around the woods at night. She did.
Beware you who sealed me away.
Bro, what? I wish I'd never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed? Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing about these during these episodes. Memory lost during possession. Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that too was caused by her possession. Then maybe... So you do understand. That whole yokai business was entirely of her own making. Now wait a minute. Although that yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself? Apollo, let's ask Mayor Temmer about Jinxie's episodes the next time we talk with him. Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know. I guess that's it for now. Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product at your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Then I shouldn't advertise it on TV? But I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world. Stop the bus, I'm getting off. Everyone wants my exclusive Je suis LaBelle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare. You don't say. Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants. Peasants? This is my latest product. Yeah? Oh, is this how you dyed your hair? I'm calling it Couleur Mais LaBelle. A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water. I guess that means you can't sweat. I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercials and magazine ads. Huh? Oh wait, okay, never mind, I don't have it anymore. Yet it's not available to the public? Great sales strategy there, genius. Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle, your hair color's changed since the last time we met. The little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty. Beauty. Oh, Apollo, what should I do? Better take it before you get a face full of cologne. Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle. Hair color that washes out with water. Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. We've still got to find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Right. Okay, let's move. I'm gonna get caught out by the ads for reals this time, so I'm actually gonna start them now, since it's coming on in 2 minutes anyway. So be back. Out my head. Be back in 3 minutes.